Today, we are gonna do something interesting. We are gonna be doing a Madden rebuild where a wheel is gonna decide my entire team. And we did something like this recently, but that wheel decided the position our players were going to play. This one decides the teams the players are gonna come from. So say we are rolling quarterback and it lands on the Falcons, probably the worst one. We would have to take Desmond Ridder. And we are gonna do that for every position. We're even gonna do that for depth, but I don't want too cracked of a team, so for the backups, they're gonna be the team's backups. So say I'm rolling backup QB and we get the Falcons, then I would take Taylor Heineke to be our backup. And I'm excited to get into this, so I'm gonna keep this intro super quick. So if you enjoyed today's video, we've been doing very well with the like goals on the recent videos. So once again, let's see if we can get to 1,000 likes on this video, and if we can hit that, I have something really fun planned, somewhat related to this, but only if we hit that like goal. It'll let me know that y'all want to see it. So 1,000 likes and we'll do that. It really does help out the channel, even though it sounds stupid. And if you like Madden rebuilds, you're definitely in the right place, because that is literally all I do, and I have like 4 really fun videos planned coming out in a row. So if you want to catch those, be sure to subscribe, and once we hit 25k, I got also something very, very special planned. It's gonna be a long video. I'll give y'all that hint as to what it is, and I think y'all will really enjoy it. But very last thing, let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below, and if I use your idea, which I do pull a lot of these from the comments, I'll give you a shout out. But without further ado, let's get into this. And for our first position, starting quarterback, I'm not going to show all of these obviously, because that's going to take forever, but I will show a few. I'll show probably QB, running back, maybe the top 2 receivers, and maybe like number 1 corner and pass rusher and a safety or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out as we go. But hopefully we don't land on the Falcons again. I'm glad we got that one out of the way. For QB at least, I mean. So let's roll this and we will see who we get as our starting quarterback. It is gonna be, wow, that is almost best case scenario. We get the Chargers. So Mr. Justin Herbert, welcome to the Commanders. What an interesting sentence. I guess we'll give him Sam Howell and he'll probably become a multi-time MVP. We'll see. But that's a hot start. And now for running back. A running back is arguably more important than quarterback in this game, so this one's scary. We'll see what happens though. Okay, that could be worse. We get Denver. Think Javonte Williams is okay in this game, and we should be able to develop him, so this is a hot start. Same division for both of them. Hopefully we don't get the Chiefs for wide receiver 1. And I forgot to mention this. I'm gonna have a fun wheel spin at the end of this after we already build the team. Y'all will see what it is. I might decide to not use it because it might be a little broken if our team is super good. We'll see. But for wide receiver 1, Texans. Yeah, that's probably the worst one we could get. One of them. Who do we even want to count as their wide receiver 1? I guess Nico Collins is like their outside wide receiver 1. Their receiving core has been amazing in real life. It's just, I don't have the best overalls for them yet. So that's kind of tough. In wide receiver 2, almost forgot to pull up the wheel. Wow, that's almost as unlucky as we could have gotten. Our receiving core is gonna need some work. Who do we even call their wide receiver 2? You know what? I'm just gonna pick the, I guess, exciting player here in Jalen Hyatt. Could be argued that he's their number 1. It could be argued that he's their number 4. They kind of just use a lot of different receivers because they don't really have any great ones. But we might be able to develop him. And now let's switch over to defense. For cornerback, what are we gonna get? The Cleveland Browns. That's pretty good. We almost got the Cowboys, which I would have to make a choice there, but the Browns is pretty nice. And second to last one I'm gonna do, or I'm gonna show at least, we will do interior defensive line. We will just take whatever team we land on, we'll take their best interior D lineman. We're not gonna go specific positions because, you know, the scheme would get all weird. So their best interior D lineman, who are we gonna get? The Vikings. We are definitely gonna use that extra wheel spin. So Harrison Phillips, welcome to the Vikings, I guess? Or the Commanders from the Vikings, whatever. And now for our last position, and maybe the most important so far, we're gonna do edge. We'll see who we can get here. So edge 1, who is it gonna be? The Bears. That's not bad. Okay, hold on. I forgot they got Montez Sweat. I thought we were screwed for a second. But after like 3 weeks off the Commanders, he's coming back here. So I'm gonna do the rest of these, all starters and all backups, and we'll see what kind of team we can get. We are definitely gonna be using that final wheel spin. For left guard, we got the Carolina Panthers. And we got the player who is arguably single-handedly behind Bryce Young having a bad season so far in Chandler Zavala. Wait, is he listed as their starter? I'm gonna use any, like, excuse to not get him that I can. Yeah, he is. I could take Brady Christensen. We'll do that, but just thought I would mention what happened here. This is gonna be a miserable offense. For center, we got Coleman Shelton. I didn't even know who he was before they started playing him. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you can't see that. There we go, Mr. Coleman Shelton. This'll be fun. Okay, well, we have built our team, and it's interesting. Before I reveal it, I just want to say we definitely are gonna be using the final wheel spin, which I'll tell y'all what it is in a second. But here is the team. It is something. I should have expected to be, like, fairly unlucky. Well, no, I did, but God, we got some unfortunate rolls. We got, like, no receivers. We got an okay tight end in Trey McBride. He's been good in real life, but yeah, he should develop. We'll see. The O-line, it ended up being better, but this interior it's something. We at least got Jordan Mailata, though, and then on defense, our D-line is looking rough. And honestly, our cornerback group isn't great either. I do like our pass rush. Our linebackers are good, but Bobby Wagner's old and Leo Chenal isn't good yet. Our safety duo is good with Javon Holland and Jalen Petrie, but damn, our corner group outside of Denzel Ward isn't very good. I guess we at least have an upgrade for Michael Davis, I don't know. But now, it is time for our one positional upgrade. So we are gonna spin the wheel once, and whatever that team is that it lands on, we get to pick one player from that team to upgrade our team. So, God, I don't even want to say what I'm hoping for, because if I say it, it won't happen. But there's definitely one position I'm thinking of. So let's spin this wheel, and we'll see what team it lands on. The Indianapolis Colts. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. They do have some players that we might need, but they don't have the best players at those positions. Well, there is one really good one I can think of in DeForest Buckner, but do I really want to go D-line? We might. We could also go Quentin Nelson. Ooh. Okay, call me crazy. Jonathan Taylor could be worth it. He is insane in this game. He arguably wins Offensive Player of the Year more often than not. Like, I was thinking either Michael Pittman or maybe Josh Downs or DeForest Buckner, obviously, but yeah, Jonathan Taylor has to be the move here. I wouldn't do that in real life. I would probably take Quentin Nelson or something in real life, even though he kind of hasn't been super great this year. But for Madden, running back is so important, and he is, like, maybe the best running back in this game. So let's upgrade, I guess, A.J. Dillon. I'm also giving myself the ability to upgrade any player at that position I want to the new player. So A.J. Dillon for Jonathan Taylor. We will definitely take that. I know running back wasn't something that I was pointing out that we could upgrade, or at least it wasn't something I was thinking of. But if we have the opportunity to get someone that good, we have to take it. But y'all have seen the team. This team is looking nice. And how we're gonna do this is, for the first year, I'm not gonna do anything to this team. We're just gonna see how it does in simulation. I don't think it's gonna be great, though, at only an 80 overall. Why does his hair look so goddamn spiky in this game? That's weird. But we are gonna see how this team can do, and then after this first year, we're just gonna upgrade it like it's a regular rebuild. I just wanted to spin the wheel for this starting team, and it didn't play out exactly how I thought it would, but this is a really high upside team, to be fair. We do have a decent amount of younger players. Also, you know, it was kind of hard to determine, like, for edge, I called Jalen Phillips the Dolphins edge 2, but him and Chubb are, like, about the same level. Chubb's doing, like, slightly better this year, though, so I don't know. I just called him the 2. I also tried to go off, like, snap counts, so that's kind of how I tried to determine that. But let's get to the midseason point, and we'll see how this team's doing. Okay, we're doing all right at the midseason. Unfortunately, the Eagles are 7-0, and the Cowboys are 6-0, so that's not great to have 2 undefeated teams in your division. How the hell are the Eagles 7-0, though? We took Jordan Mailata, I guess that's it, but that's still their left tackle. And I guess we took like their punter, but whatever. Also, it's kind of weird that this happens sometimes, but Justin Herbert had 2 upgrade points just after the first preseason game, and who was the other one? It was Trey McBride. Both of them had 2 upgrade points for some reason. I'll take that though, I won't complain. Still interesting though. But we are gonna have some players to re-sign. Montez Sweat is the major one, which, you know, he got a contract from the Bears in real life, but you can't edit contracts in Madden outside of franchise for whatever reason, so, you know, I can't really change that in my custom rosters, but I usually just cut the player and re-sign him. It signs him to a 3-year deal. I forgot to do that though. Oh well. We'll offer him 5 years, 77 mil. That's, I think, a lot less money than he's getting in real life, but hey, we'll take it. Get scammed. And then everyone else, I'm not sold on Michael Davis. I'm not sold on Trey Herndon, and then it's just kind of backups here. Oh, we do have Bobby Wagner, but he's not interested, and he's gonna regress. I'll wait for him to regress. Ooh, Jonathan Taylor and Jalen Phillips. Oh, these are 5th year. Never mind. Oh, we have a lot of 5th years. But Jonathan Taylor, we obviously want back. We'll go 5 years, 56 mil, and he comes back. And then we will worry about the rest of this at the end of the season. So that's all there is for us to do here. I'm happy with how we're doing, though. I thought this was going to be a slow burner, like we would get better later, but no, we're doing all right so far. Not as much development as I would have hoped for. Like, really, not many players have developed much at all. Like, Javon Holland hasn't gone up at all. Neither has Montez Sweat. I guess a few players have, but still. But let's get to the end of the season, and we will see how this team finishes. I don't expect to make the playoffs, honestly, especially when this is our division, but we'll see what happens. Okay, well, in year 1, I'm starting to know this game too well. We finish barely out of the playoffs at 8-9. I guess that's probably not barely. I thought we would go like 9-8, but we finish 8-9. Huge difference, I know. But yeah, we kind of choke finishing 4-6. Not great. Let's check out our season stats though. I'm interested to see. Justin Herbert was okay. I kind of expected better, but 3,700 yards, 29 touchdowns, 9 picks is good. Jonathan Taylor, 1,500 yards, 4.8 yards per carry is good, but I've seen him get like 6.5 before or some stupid shit. I mean, I guess we can't really expect that because we don't have a very great offensive line yet, but it's not like Madden's realistic enough to, you know, factor offensive line strength into how good your running back does. That's not really a thing. I don't think. I doubt it is. But Rashee Rice, 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. He was very good. Should be up there for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't think he'll win it. It might go to like Bijan or Bryce Young or something. I don't know. Nico Collins with 900 yards, 11 touchdowns. Unfortunate ratio there. 800 yards for Trey McBride. He was pretty good. Blocking. Ooh. Gotta love Madden that our 3 best blockers or our 3 worst blockers play the best. I despise this game. And Bobby Wagner leads the team in tackles with 138. Tackles for loss, 16 for Travis Jones, 13 for Jalen Phillips. And sacks, yikes. What? 4.5 for Montez Sweat, 3 for Harrison Phillips, and 1.5 for Jalen Phillips in 1,050 snaps. Okay, sure. And then interceptions, 4 for Denzel Ward, 3 for Holland, 2 for Davis, Farley, and Petrie, and then 1 for a few players. We got a lot of picks, but did we get like 10 total sacks? We got 12 with Jalen Phillips and Montez Sweat as our edge rushers. I hate this game. Oh my god. At least we almost led the league in interceptions. That's interesting. And Josh Allen wins MVP here. That's kind of different. Normally it's Dak or Lamar or like Mahomes or something. Sometimes Hurts does win it too. So I'm glad to see something different there. Justin Herbert at number 7, we'll take it. Offensive Player of the Year goes to the white boy, Cooper Kupp. Jonathan Taylor at 4. And yeah, it looks like we're not going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, unfortunately. So many Cowboys and Eagles up here. Good lord. That was like over half the list. But Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald. Shocker. And yeah, Offensive Rookie of the Year does unfortunately go to Bijan. Rashee Rice at number 2. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Byron Young. That's so interesting. I feel like he wins it a decent amount. Jonathan Taylor doesn't win Best Running Back. I was thinking we might have a chance there. Nico Collins above Rashee Rice for Best Receiver. That's interesting. Denzel Ward at 3 for Best DB. So not even any positional award wins. That kind of sucks. But our season's over. over, so let's get into the offseason. And God, I don't like messing with playbooks too much because sometimes I feel like it just gets worse, but I don't know if this playbook is it. I mean, it's a 4-3 defense. I was just experimenting with it because it had some 3-4 in it, and sometimes those are good, but maybe that's not the play here. I don't know. We had 12 total sacks, so I don't know. Oh, that's different. The Dolphins win the Super Bowl over the Eagles 24-21. The Dolphins usually go to shit in this game, though. Like, they consistently have a top 5 pick every year after like year 2-ish, so it's weird to see them win a Super Bowl here because they like lose Tua, they lose Tyreek Hill sometimes, so that's an interesting one. Better than Cowboys versus Chiefs every year, so I'll take it. But for the rest of the players, we are gonna have to re-sign. That's really cheap for a 5th-year option. Why is it that cheap? Only 8 mil? Sure. Elijah Vera Tucker, again, only 8 mil for a 5th year? Sure. Caleb Farley, I'm not picking that up for Caleb Farley. That's rude. I really did like Caleb Farley as a prospect, just injuries have really held him back, unfortunately. I feel really bad for him, though. His house randomly exploded when his dad was in it or something. I don't know. But let's try to re-sign Bobby Wagner. He's not interested, though. He's gonna be expensive. We'll try 2 years, 30, but yeah, he doesn't take it. How much would a tag be, actually? Probably not too much more than he's asking, and I would much prefer... Yeah, okay. I would much prefer a 1-year deal, so 1 year, 14. Sounds good. Corey Levin was solid. He shouldn't have been, but he was, so we'll re-sign him. How did Michael Davis do? I don't remember. I remember him getting a few picks. 2 picks, only 4 pass deflections, though. And then I don't think Trey Herndon played much at all. He did get a pick somehow, but 0 pass deflections. We'll look to upgrade our corner group. Oh, okay. Mac Wilson just rejected us. Cool. But let's get into free agency, and ooh, there are some good players. Okay, something weird. I do not understand this. The Commanders have really good interest in this game, usually. In what world? I'm sorry, Commanders fans, but like, no. This team should have like the least interest out of any team. Maybe them in the Browns, I guess, but even the Browns are pretty good now. Like, why? Why is this a thing? I don't know, but I'll look through free agency and we'll see if there is anyone good we can add. Should we bring Chase Young back? I mean, we can try. It's not really realistic, but this isn't really a realistic rebuild if you couldn't tell. We'll try. I don't think he'll sign, but we might as well try. Ooh, Cam Curl didn't get re-signed by, I guess, the Texans. We could try to bring him back. We could maybe even go player friendly or team friendly. No. The problem is there just isn't really a good receiver here. That kind of sucks. But these are the players we're gonna go for in free agency. I wish there was a better receiver this year, but if we can get Gabe Davis, that wouldn't be too bad. Our receiving core isn't gonna be very diverse. I mean, we're gonna have 3 big body receivers as the top 3 in Gabe Davis, Nico Collins, and Rashee Rice, so that wouldn't really be great in real life, but hey, it is what it is. Madden's not realistic with anything, so I don't have to be realistic. But hopefully we can get all these players. I mean, we need corner pretty badly. We don't really need edge, and honestly, I don't know, maybe we do, because yeah, Jalen Phillips was really bad. I don't know, we're basically just recreating the old Commanders pass rush duo with Chase Young and Montez Sweat, assuming we can get Chase Young. Also, Cam Curl, we're trying to bring him back, and then that's it. So we'll see if we can get these players. I sure hope so, but let's see what happens. Okay, that's tough. We get Chidobe Awuzie and Cam Curl, and honestly, those are bigger upgrades than these two would be. Should I just save my money for next year and hope that they're like more, I guess not impactful, because Chase Young could be pretty impactful, but I don't know, just better free agents at bigger positions of need? Well, I was about to say we'll pull out a Gabe Davis. I definitely could phrase that better, but that's what we're gonna do. I guess we'll try for Chase Young, but I doubt he signs. Yeah, no. Is there like a really young receiver available that we can maybe develop? No. God, I want to sign an interior O-lineman, but that was our strength of our offensive line, which is ridiculous. That is so stupid. But that could be something we address in the draft. So speaking of that, let's see what we can do in the draft. But now in the draft, the Jets have the #1 pick, which I guess is kind of realistic with how they played yesterday, at least at the time of recording this. Oh God, this is gonna come out on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, I guess, if you're in the US and all that. Oh my God, look at the QBs here. Why can't this be a draft where we need a QB, bro? Like, oh my god. If Reed Fredrickson had better awareness, I would think he's like an 80 overall, but I guess he only has good throw power too, not elite or great. Interesting. Well, I was thinking about a receiver, but Edward Battles might be okay. Or Eric Knight later on. He's a second to third round guy, though. There was a really good receiver, but he was projected to go top 5, and he did, so that's kind of tough, but, you know, I didn't expect him to be here. What do we really even need right here, though? A lot of the players I'm looking at, we can get in the second round. This could be a trade back spot. We could go O-line, but, like, the lower overall players on our O-line played the best, so it almost doesn't make sense to upgrade over them, like Corey Levin and fucking Brady Christensen at guard. So I don't know, we probably won't go interior O-line. Yeah, let's trade back. We'll see if there's a good offer. All the way back 25 for a second round pick. Okay, I guess we'll do this. We'll trade our pick for a 1, a 2, and a 3 this year and a 3 next year from the 49ers. I'm sure they'll get the next fucking Jerry Rice or something with that pick. But I do definitely want a D lineman. The one I wanted is gone, unfortunately, but like the rest of these guys do look good too, so it's not it's not the end of the world. Ooh, okay, this guy's a lot stronger than I thought he would, and he's quick too. Quick for a defensive tackle at least. Like, I don't know though. He doesn't have good pursuit, and I don't know. He does look pretty good though. A run-stopping defensive tackle with A finesse moves. That's also interesting. He might be good too. We might end up going 2 defensive tackles, honestly. All right, let's start with Donovan Chambers here, or yeah, Donovan Chambers out of Michigan. He might have normal dev or something. I'm usually not very good at taking defensive tackles. I would say receiver and defensive tackle are like my 2 weakest draft positions, and maybe running back because I never take them. But Donovan Chambers out of Michigan sounds good. I called it. He does have normal dev. God damn it. But I think he'll be somewhere around like a 74. I think he'll be decent. All the really good looking corners are unfortunately gone. I wonder if there's still a decent looking receiver. Amari Barker looks pretty good, I think. I can't tell. He's hardly scouted. Gilbert Gee also looks pretty good. He's a playmaker receiver, and most of the time, if playmaker receivers look like shit, most of the time they're still good. So we'll think about him. I don't know. None of these receivers look super good. I guess we'll try Amari Barker, and I also might go Gilbert Gee if he's available. He's pretty slow though, but for some reason, playmakers are always just good. Even though like F catch in traffic, D deep route, C like I don't know what makes them good, just their ball carrier ability, but sometimes even if they don't have that good of ball carrier ability, they're still good. So we're gonna go Amari Barker. We're gonna make the same mistakes picking a deep threat over a playmaker that I made in the last rebuild, or I guess 2 rebuilds ago now, but we'll try to get both. Let's go with Amari Barker here. He does have hidden dev, 94 speed, 95 excel. We'll take that. I thought he would have more acceleration. He had elite acceleration. I mean, 95 is really good. I thought elite would be like 97 or 8 though. And Gee is still available, so guess we'll take him. Normal dev, really bad strength. I don't know if he's good at all. I just don't know how to draft playmaker receivers, I guess. And I guess I'll show one offensive lineman pick because this guy looks really good. Dante Hendricks out of Florida. Great strength, elite jumping and agility, which is interesting. And like a B for everything. He's not a very good power blocker though. He probably has a C for both-ish. But like everything else is a B and then A impact block. So he'll probably be like a 73 or a 74 overall, but might have normal dev. We'll see. Let's take him. He does have hidden 89 strength, 82 jumping, 82 excel. He looks good. We'll take that. So I'll probably make a couple more picks and I will see y'all for the draft recap. Okay, well, I was off on my overall predictions for these players. One of them I'm pleasantly surprised. The other one not so much, but Donovan Chambers is a 78. It would have been really nice if he had a dev trait, but unfortunately not. He's probably one of the best players in this class though. Is he tied for the best? Oh my god, there's an insane right guard, Larry Young, but he's tied for the second best. When did this guy get taken? Was he like early first or something? Oh, we had a chance to get him. He was picked 30. I mean, I wasn't thinking about line there because, you know, I explained why, but yeah, he's crazy. Max dev trait for a lineman and an 83. That might be the best lineman I've ever seen in this game. And yeah, the receiver I wanted was also very good at a 78 overall. Tough. But hey, we got also someone the same overall, so it's not too bad. But Amari Barker is pretty good at a 74. I don't know how much playing time we're gonna get him though. Like, Like, we have a young top 3 for our receivers. I guess we'll see. And Gilbert Gee isn't very good, only a 70 overall. And Dante Hendricks, I forgot it's a weak interior O-line class, so, but you know, I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. I hate how the not overall system, but how the new draft system works. It's not that new anymore, obviously, but just how it doesn't show what their actual rating is. Like, if it shows an A, it's not like an actual really good grade necessarily, it's just an A compared to the rest of the players at the class. People have tried to, like, defend it in my comments, but it's just like, it was like arguing for the other side. They're saying, like, God, I can't even remember. I just hate it so much. Like, hold on, here's my example. The defensive tackle class in real life, like 2 years ago, or whenever it was, I think it was the one with, like, Perry and Winfrey and Travis Jones and, not Kalijah, the other Bills defensive, or Bucks defensive tackle. Whatever, the one with all those guys didn't get taken till, like, the second round because, you know, teams could watch their film and know they're not that good. But if that draft class was in Madden, those guys would have gotten taken, like, first round and they would have sucked because they had, like, A's for all ratings even though they weren't actually that good. Like, that's my example for this. I did a terrible job of explaining that, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, that's how that would work in Madden even though they're not that good in real life, and that's played out because everyone knew they weren't that good of prospects, but they would show as good prospects in this game. That's my explanation. That's why I hate it. It's just not realistic. But anyways, rant over. I like to rant a lot. We got another defensive tackle. I doubled up on not so many, but like 2 of the 3 positions I drafted. I don't know why I did that, but Jalen Chaney's pretty good at least. I guess we did need both of those positions, so it's whatever. And then the CPU took I took this guy. Did I take this guy? Yeah, I did, because I remember he had like disappointing-ish speed, but 71 overall with hidden looks pretty good. We might even start him year 1. And then I don't know what the CPU did, but oh well. We did well in the draft. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2, and I don't know, man, we're looking pretty good. We're up to an 83 now, and you know, year 2 in rebuilds doesn't usually go as well, but I guess we'll just have to see. I'm scared to change our defensive playbook though. Wait, am I a dumbass? How did I get on the Saints playbook? Okay, I think I just did that because I looked at it after the season and we were still in Washington. At least that's what I want to believe. I don't know, dude. We'll try the Rams. Everyone says, oh, this playbook's great. Oh, this playbook's great. They don't work for me half the time, but we'll try out the Rams. I've seen them do really well, and they don't really have many good players on defense ever, other than like Aaron Donald, and that's pretty much it. So we'll try that out. If it doesn't work, then I don't know what we're gonna do because I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. But we have an 83 offense and an 84 defense. Our defense is looking very good. We pretty much fixed every single problem with this defense, at least on paper. But on paper and actual play are kind of two different things in this game, unfortunately. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. So let's get to the midseason point of year 2. And my guess is we will be 2-5 or 3-4 if we play 7 games by that point. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, hold on. This is a classic Brandon the Simp ramble moment, but on Twitter, I like called that the NFL would resuspend Kareem Jackson for his, again, dirty hit. And, you know, if you don't follow me on Twitter, if you don't already get enough of my complaining in my videos, you can go listen to me complain on Twitter about football. Link to that in the description if you want to follow me. But there are a lot of people calling the suspension of Kareem Jackson soft, and I said this on Twitter, but I just imagine that those same people would be crying so hard if, you know, Kareem Jackson made a dirty hit on one of their favorite players and their favorite player got injured. It's just really, like, hypocritical to me. Like, I get football's supposed to be an aggressive, you know, physical sport, but those type of hits are literally against the rules, and he should know that he's gonna get suspended for them. And it makes sense because you don't want someone, you know, taking out players or something. Like, that's just bad for the company of the NFL. Like, if he's taking out good players or something, that's less talent, less entertainment. Like, it only makes sense that he gets suspended. Not that I don't think he has hurt anyone, but if he keeps hitting like that, like he is this year, he's gonna hurt some people, for sure. I don't know, that's just what I think about that whole thing. It is very much deserved. And it's weird, because has Kareem Jackson always been dirty? Like, where is this coming from? I don't know. Like, I get football's supposed to be physical, but there's a line, and there is a reason for that line. Anyways, I'll shut up now. But at the mid-season point of year number 2, we are very much better than I expected at 5-2. But we could face face some regression in the second half of the year. Our numbers don't look that good. We only have the 19th scoring offense, the 13th scoring defense, and the 21st pass yards per game. We do have a good run offense, which makes sense, and our defensive yards per game don't look very good. So I think we finished somewhere around 10-7, maybe even 9-8. Unfortunately, like, if you want to know how your team's gonna finish in franchise, usually those numbers down there are a pretty good tell. I mean, it's not 100%, but I would bet that we're gonna regress pretty hard in the second half of the year. We'll see, though. You never know. But who are we gonna have to re-sign this year? Ooh. Okay, Javon Holland, Javonte Williams, Harrison Phillips. Definitely some players here. Javon Holland obviously being the big one. We will offer him 5 years, 84 mil, and we're low-key running kinda low on money. We're gonna have to play this smart pretty soon. I don't really know how bad we need any of these guys back. I do definitely want Bobby Wagner back, but obviously he's gonna regress, so we'll worry about that at the end of the year. But like Nico Collins, he was good the first year for sure, but he's replaceable, and he isn't doing a lot this year. So unless he really pops off in the second half of the year, we probably won't bring him back. And then Harrison Phillips, again, nothing we couldn't live without. I would re-sign him if we had more money, but it's getting a little close. We definitely can restructure at the end of the year, though, which is probably what we'll do. We'll see. But that's literally all there is for us to do here. So let's get to the end of year number 2, and we will see how this team finishes. Can't wait to choke and miss the playoffs. Okay, well, I was wrong about how we would finish. I'm glad to be wrong, but I was wrong. And if you've seen one of these videos before, y'all know why we're here. If you haven't already, be sure to drop a like and be sure to subscribe. Both of those really help out the channel. And as I said, the next like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 videos are gonna be really, really fun. I guess probably 4, because this was one of them, but be sure to turn on notifications if you want to be one of the first people to catch those and just be able to catch those in general, because I'm excited for them. I think y'all will really enjoy them. And if you like Madden rebuilds in general, I mean, that's literally all I do, so be sure to subscribe. But this is how the team is looking at the end of year number 2. We got really unlucky with the dev traits, though. I mean, Barker is only a star and Hendricks is only a star. I kind of thought Hendricks had a chance to be a superstar just because he had like good looking ratings. And a lot of the time, if you do have a player that has good looking ratings and they end up being a disappointing overall, they could have a really good dev trait, but that's not the case there. I guess we don't know what Cheney's is yet, but I mean, he kind of has developed a decent amount. Probably just star though. Yeah. But anyways, in year number 2, we finished 13-4, making the playoffs. We definitely didn't choke, and in fact, our offense got even better throughout the second half of the year. We finished with the number 3 scoring offense, and our defense, it was okay. It should have been better, but number 13 for points allowed per game. Our run D wasn't very good, but other than that, it was solid. Wait, what? That's not game it shows right there. I guess that's week 17. Normally it shows week 18 right here, though. That's interesting. But let's check out our season stats. Justin Herbert was good. 3,600 yards, 32 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. Nice completion percentage at 69. Okay, this is the Jonathan Taylor I'm used to in this game. 1,900 yards, 5.8 yards per carry, and 18 touchdowns. We honestly might have to keep Javonte Williams around too. 400 yards, 4.1 per carry, and 9 touchdowns from him. He was good. I mean, that's not a crazy yard per carry average, but it's not bad for what I've seen in this game. And Rashee Rice, again, led our team in receiving with 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. Barker, as a rookie, 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. McBride even did pretty well. The blocking was very good. This might be the best O-line season I've ever seen. And our line isn't even that crazy. I mean, it's pretty good, but it kind of has problems. And Dante Hendricks allowed 0 sacks from the left guard position. If you didn't catch the last rebuild I did, I mean, spoilers, but Cam Robinson, someone who I think would actually be pretty good at guard, allowed 20 from left guard. So Dante Hendricks joins the all-castration team. He was a monster as a rookie. Might I add, a rookie? Overall, literally doesn't matter in this game, but Bobby Wagner led the team with 120 tackles for loss, 13 for Chambers as a rookie. This rookie class carried 12 for Montez Sweat, and then sacks 10.5 for Montez Sweat led the team. He was good. 7.5 from Donovan Chambers, 5 for Harrison Phillips, and only 4 for Jalen Phillips. We're gonna need to replace him. He's had what, 5.5 sacks through 2 seasons or something like that. I don't know. It might be a couple more than that, but it's not great. And then Bobby Wagner led the team team with 3 picks, 2 for Holland, Awuzie, and Robertson as a rookie. Looks like he did pretty well. And then 1 for Ward and JT Woods. Wow, what a team. We were good. And Lamar wins MVP here. I'll take that any day of the week over Dak. Thank God. Justin Herbert at 9. Offensive Player of the Year goes to CeeDee Lamb over Jonathan Taylor with 1,900 yards, who was at number 4. What? I mean, I guess 1,600 yards and 21 touchdowns, but Jonathan Taylor had, what, 1,200 total receiving yards? Yeah, 1,211 and 19 touchdowns. Or no, not 2,200 is what I meant to say. 2,200 yards and 19 touchdowns. I think I'm taking that over 1,600 yards and 21 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns is as valuable as 600 yards? Okay, sure, whatever. And Defensive Player of the Year, of course, goes to a Cowboy and Micah Parsons. Why wouldn't it? Montez Sweat at number 6, Bobby Wagner at 10. We'll take that. Amari Barker does win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm kind of surprised. He was good, but normally there's a rookie that goes crazy. We will take that. And then, wow, we don't win Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's the opposite of what I thought would happen. Donovan Chambers all the way down at 3, JC Robertson at 5. What did Trevor Choice do? Oh my God, Kyler was terrible. He's awful in this game, dude. Yeah, that's valid. Trevor Choice, 18 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks, 69 tackles. Nice. That's valid. The CD one over Jonathan Taylor, I don't know about that. But now, let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. The 9-8, but 86 overall San Francisco 49ers. This is gonna be an auto loss, but we'll see. So without further ado, let's simulate this game, and we'll see if we can get a win somehow. All right, well, I don't know about that, but I'll take being on the opposite end of a game like that for once, getting destroyed by a worse team. But that very well could happen here, because we're playing the only 80 overall Rams in the conference championship. I don't know how we beat the 49ers like that. They do well sometimes in this game, but there are just certain teams in this game that just can't do well despite how good their roster is, because playbooks are so important, which is so stupid. But we had a first of many scenario that I forgot to check, or well, I didn't forget to check it, but I forgot to show me checking it. So we get 7 staff points. We'll take it. And we have some upgrades. Anything important? Javon Holland, we'll take that. So another NFC West opponent here, I guess. Also, our entire division was pretty good. Almost every team had a winning record. Cowboys and Eagles went 9-8. Giants went 8-9. I mean, we were the only really good team, but everyone was at least pretty good. I don't know why I felt like bringing that up now, but I just noticed it, all right? Sometimes I just notice things. Fucking ADHD or something, I swear. But anyways, let's simulate this game against the Rams and probably lose, but hopefully not. Okay, no, we do win. I was scared because it looked like they had a pretty good offense and a pretty good defense, but ours were both better. Or well, our offense was much better than their offense, but our defense was like slightly worse than theirs, even though ours is like a way higher overall, but whatever. But we win 21-17, and we are gonna be moving on to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. That's one of the scariest AFC teams you can face in this game. I think the scariest. But at least we have a good amount of upgrades heading into it. And they are an 86 overall to an 84. We have some more upgrades here. Jonathan Taylor and Amari Barker for... Did Jonathan Taylor win like best running back or something? Yeah, best running back and rush yards leader. So a good amount of XP there, and he's getting close to a 99. He was definitely a good choice. And did Amari Barker get a dev trait? Probably not, but... Well, he might have. +4 catching, damn. And yeah, he did get a dev trait. Cool. And let's see if we got any other dev traits on the team. None that I can see on offense, and then on defense, also no, unfortunately. But it is what it is. At least we got a couple from the awards. I'm surprised our defensive tackle didn't get one, though. He was really good as a rookie. But anyways, we have a Super Bowl Media Day here. This will give us even more sweet, juicy staff points. +10, we'll take it. And now, let's jump in here, and let's see if somehow we can beat one of the most busted teams in this game in the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe the most busted, but at least, you know, they're good in real life, unlike, you know, the Panthers, the Falcons, the other teams that are way too good in this game. The Raiders. I kind of have been seeing them less, though. But here we go in, what is this, Super Bowl 60? Maybe 59. I hate the announcer. I'm taking my headphones off. I always forget to turn my volume down, so the announcers are just louder than anything else in the game, which is super fun. But let's simulate this game out against the Chiefs, and we'll see if we can get the Commanders a Super Bowl with, you know, a little bit different of a team than they have in real life. But we go up early 7-0. The Chiefs tie it at 7-6. 7. We take a touchdown lead, but they tie and miss an extra point. We get another touchdown and another to make it 28-13, 42-13. We are destroying them. They get another touchdown, but it is very much too little too late as we win 49-20. I mean, we have a good roster, but they have a better roster. I'll take winning a Super Bowl, but I would rather have a Super Bowl when we have like the best roster in the NFL by 2 or 3 overall like we do sometimes. I will say though, hot take, these Commanders unis are kind of underrated. The number's a little ugly, but something about the helmets does something for me. I don't know why. But we get the Commanders a Super Bowl here, little unconventionally, but we'll take it either way. But we are gonna see if we can go back to back in Super Bowls here. Probably not, because we're gonna make the team better, and as y'all know, that's usually a bad thing in this game for some reason. But we have some players to re-sign. Who is gonna be here? Ooh, okay, yeah, Javonte Williams, Harrison Phillips. Honestly, we might be fine without both of them. I do want Bobby Wagner back because he is still an 87 overall. That's kind of surprising. I mean, I usually lower the regression sliders. I know some people raise them, but just realistically, players do regress. But Bobby Wagner would be like a 78 overall right now, which, you know, maybe that's realistic. But everyone keeps expecting him to regress really hard. He has kind of regressed in coverage, to be fair, but he's still a really good run defender. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I should not lower the regression sliders. Maybe I should leave them the same. Oh well. It's for every team. It's not like it's cheesing it for us or anything. And Javonte Williams isn't interested. That's fair. I mean, he probably wants to be a starter. I do kind of want him back because he was pretty good. But yeah, I don't want to pay 2 running backs. And how was Harrison Phillips? I can't remember for sure. 5 sacks, only 5 tackles for loss though. He was decent. We'll see who's available in free agency. We very well could bring him back. And Nico Collins is good, but he's 26. He's probably not going to develop much anymore. And we want like a number 1 receiver. So if we do sign a number 1 receiver, he would probably be moved to the number 4 spot. And I don't want to pay that. So we'll see what we can do in free agency. Not that we have much money to work with, but we'll still see what we can do. Ooh, Nick Chubb is here. So I guess maybe we could have picked like DeForest Buckner or something and then just signed Nick Chubb later, but we wouldn't have gotten the Super Bowl last year, so it was definitely worth to get Jonathan Taylor. Ooh, Amari Cooper doesn't have any offers. God, I have PTSD with him. I tried to sign him in like the last rebuild or maybe 2 rebuilds ago, and you know, he was like our one shot at getting like a really good receiver, and he just rejected us even though we had the lead for him. I hate him, but we'll try to get him. But here's what we're gonna try to do in free agency. There's some pretty solid players we're going for, honestly. I was thinking about going for a center though. David Andrews is here, but David Andrews always plays like shit. And honestly, maybe I should target Corey Levin in rebuilds more, because he's allowed 5 sacks total throughout this rebuild. I've had David Andrews allow like 10 sacks in a season. Like, Corey Levin's been a stud here. I genuinely might make it a strategy to go for lower overall linemen, which is so brain dead, but that's kind of how you have to play this game for whatever reason. Fucking fix this game, please. I feel like if they make offensive line play a little more realistic, it would make this game so much better. Just make them play like their overall. Whatever. We're going for Zadarius Smith, Amari Cooper, Greg Newsome, I guess 3 Browns. Poor Browns, dude. And then Harrison Phillips. They also lost Nick Chubb. Like, that team just goes to shit in this game. If you want me to rebuild the Browns, let me know down below. Just say, hey, Brandon the Simp, you're the greatest YouTuber of all time. Please, I'm on my knees begging, rebuild the Browns. Word for word, and I'll do it, okay? If you see a comment that says that, be sure to like it. Yeah, do that. And I'll do the Browns, because they seem really challenging, and I like doing the challenging ones, clearly. Anyways, pretty decent players here. They kind of fill our needs, like your mother fills my needs. Let's see if we can get these players. Okay, so, oh my, I hate Amari Cooper, dude. We get Harrison Phillips and Zadarius Smith. Amari Cooper is going to be one of my least favorite players in the NFL, purely because of how he acts in this game. Nothing about him in real life I dislike, but he's an absolute dickhead in this game. I hate him. He's going to reject us, I know, but we'll go player friendly. Okay, no, he does sign. Thank you. You're no longer one of my least favorite players. I appreciate you. And because of him, the Jets get Greg Newsome, but that's fine. We have an all right third corner. I just wanted to upgrade a little bit with a young player too. I guess not. Thanks, Amari Cooper. But now let's get to the draft, what are we gonna do? Maybe another D lineman or something? In, like, maybe a corner, I guess? Why is Zadarius Smith wearing 91? What number does he even wear? 55? No, it's 99. Why did I think it was 50-something? Oh, it was 55 on the Packers. Okay, that's why. But it was 90 on the Ravens, 55 on the Vikings. Dude needs to pick a number. Good lord. Also, for at least my rosters, he goes way up at outside linebacker, so we'll take that. I guess we'll give him 55 though. But anyways, let's see what we can do in the draft, and I might work on a trade here. We'll see. Not that I really need to do it, but I will. But we are going to be trading Jalen Phillips to the Broncos for a first-round pick. Like I said, not a realistic rebuild, but I'm still surprised the Broncos took that. I guess it's not hard to get first-round picks for, like, pretty good players, even if they're older, which is stupid as hell. I hate that, because I'll try to go and trade for, like, a 33-year-old good overall player, and they'll want, like, first and, like, a second or some stupid shit. It'll be like, I don't know. I just hate it. And I know you can set the trade sliders to easy, but that makes it too easy to, you know, trade your players away. You get too much for them. I don't know. But yeah, we don't need Jalen Phillips. If he played like he should, he would be pretty good to have, but he has had like 5.5 sacks total throughout the rebuild, so that's why I signed Zadarius Smith, obviously. But now, let's get to the draft. But here in the draft, we pick at number 16, thanks to the Broncos. The Cardinals pick at the number 1 spot. But what do we want to do here? There are a few things I'm thinking about. There were definitely a few good-looking defensive tackles. Larry Peoples, ooh. Okay, we might have to go with Larry Peoples. He looks kind of crazy. He even has decent pass rush moves, B power moves. C finesse isn't bad. Sheldon Nolan also looks good, but ooh, yeah, he does, but just no pass rush. He is faster though. That's interesting. There's also Joe McKenzie. He looks pretty good too. He's fast. He's interesting too. He's just not as strong. And then Steve Carrington, I thought looked pretty good. I never checked his combine. It was pretty good. Ooh, Marvin Snell looks pretty good too. He's very strong. This is definitely a good draft class to need D-line. I'll say that. God, I don't know which one's the best. Now I'm looking at these defensive tackles and I'm kind of liking them. I don't know. I just like the pass rush ability of Larry Peoples. Whoever we take is going to be playing defensive end, and I think with that pass rush moves, or those, with the B power moves, I think he's going to be good there. I don't know if he's necessarily the highest overall right now. I just think having to be a defensive end, he might be the best. So let's go with Larry Peoples out of Clemson. Do we need to take him yet? Could we trade back? We could. I don't care. Let's take him. Hidden Dev, 93 strength. I'm really surprised he had Hidden Dev, honestly. I thought for sure he was going to be normal, but I was okay with that. But yeah, he looks really good. We'll take it. We could have traded back. I don't care enough to. We have enough draft picks. But now with our original first round pick, there are a few good looking middle linebackers. Ooh, Chris Fox is very fast. Kenny Griggs is maybe faster though, and he's stronger. The problem is he doesn't have very good pursuit or tackle, but I don't know how much I care. To be honest though, I mean, I guess maybe one of them could start over Leo Chenal, but like, I don't know. I don't know if either of them will. And we do still maybe need a corner, maybe. Delvin Bowens looks pretty good. Rashard Billingsley looks pretty good too. He might be better. Yeah, let's take Billingsley. We'll take a chance there. I don't know if he's great, but he has B-man, B-zone, maybe B-press, good speed, Bowens speed. Only solid, but he does have better strength. Oh well, it's corner. Who cares? I don't even know if anyone we take here is gonna start, but let's go with Billingsley. Hidden Dev? Okay, he might. 91 speed, 93 excel, 95 change of direction. Not very good strength, but again, who cares? It's corner. If you're looking for like really good run defenders at corner, you're doing something wrong. I mean, I guess it kind of depends on the scheme, because that's kind of what Seattle looks for, and that's, you know, what Devin Witherspoon is, and he's really good. He's really good because, you know, he's a really good cover corner too. If he wasn't a good cover corner, I wouldn't like him as much. Whatever. God, that was a classic Brandon the Simp ramble for 10 minutes moment. But who do I want to take here? Chris Fox looks good. Yeah, he does look good. I kind of think Kenny Griggs is better though. Not as good of a run defender, but to be fair, we don't know exactly how good Chris Fox is. He could have C pursuit and be like only barely better of a run defender compared to Kenny Griggs. Let's go with Kenny Griggs out of Louisville. Actually, who's younger? Chris Fox is younger. You know what? What if we take both? Nah. And actually, how good is Brandon Mayer? He looks pretty good, but the other two are faster. Let's go with Kenny Griggs out of Louisville or whatever. Hidden Dev, 91 speed, pretty good strength at a 75 too, 88 excel. We'll take it. He looks good. Is the other guy still available? No. I don't even know if I would have taken him if he was. Oh. Jaron Keys, 46 bench reps. Damn. We don't need another defensive tackle, but I like taking defensive tackles because it's not very hard to find good ones. Should I? I don't know. We could take a center as a backup to Corey Levin in case Corey Levin suddenly plays like shit, which he is overdue to play bad because he's not a very good overall. None of the centers look all that good though. Ooh, let's just take a chance on Kentrell Archer. He's interesting. He skipped the combine at his pro day. Must have been hurt or something. Yeah, D to F injury. I have no idea if he's good, but I don't know what else I want to take, so let's just take a chance there. Kentrell Archer out of UCF sounds good. Hidden Dev, 92 speed, 97 excel. Okay, that might have been a really good pick. I guess we'll see. He doesn't have good medium route or catch in traffic, not very good release or short route, but he does have a lot about him that does look pretty good. But with that, I will see y'all at the end of the draft. Okay, well, you know, we didn't do as well as thought we did in the draft. Larry Peoples is only a 70. I figured these would be the overalls for the rest of these players, and I did end up taking Noah Quincy, and he's actually pretty good. He's a little better than I thought he would be. I thought he would be like a 71, but he's a 74. So I don't know, maybe we do have to bench Corey Levin, but I don't know, he's just been good, so I don't really want to. But yeah, I'm a little surprised Larry Peoples is only a 74, but he does look pretty good still, so I don't know. Just the B power moves was apparently only a 74. I fucking hate how that works, as y'all know. That's great. But Billingsley is a 74, Griggs is a 74, Archer's a 74. I lied, Griggs is a 73. I don't know why I said that. Whatever. Also, the CPU did like nothing, so that's fun. Were there any like great players in this class though? There was a good safety that went number 2 overall. Patrick Whiteside would have been better. I was thinking about him, but that's tough, I guess. And then a lot of these players weren't really on our radar because we didn't get a chance to take them, or, you know, I just wasn't really looking at them at that position. But we still got some good players, so we'll take it, and let's get into year number 3 of the rebuild. Is it year 3? I think it's year 3. But of course, here's a look at the team heading into year 3. You know, no major changes, I guess. I guess we did add Amari Cooper, which was kind of our big problem. We didn't have a number 1 receiver. So, you know, kind of a big change there, but other than him, no changes. Just, you know, we have developed a lot, so it's looking pretty good. And then on defense is definitely where we have more changes. We'll have Billingsley starting, we'll have Peoples starting, we'll have Zadarius Smith, we'll have Griggs starting, you know, a decent amount of new starters. I don't know how much playing time like Peoples and Griggs and Billingsley will get. I guess Billingsley and Griggs will get a lot of playing time. They'll pretty much be starters. Peoples will be like the 3rd defensive lineman, I guess, so he'll be kind of rotational, but it is a very good looking team, obviously. We've definitely fixed our problems, and I can't wait to be much worse this year for no reason. So let's get to the midseason point and we will see how we're doing. Okay, well, at the midseason point of year 3, we are only 4-2, which, you know, I honestly kind of thought we would be doing worse because, you know, better team equals worse performance in this game, as I always say. But something interesting is, no, that's not the right spot. Something interesting is the first game of the year was a Super Bowl rematch and we lost it 28-20. And our last game was a loss too to the Giants, but we did well in this stretch right here. We embarrassed the Bears 49-7, but I don't know, I feel like we should be doing better. And something else that kind of sucks is we have a lot of players to re-sign and we don't have like any money. We have 13 mil to work with, and we have, I guess technically 1, but I don't know if we can count Corey Levin. I guess we'll count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starters. I guess it's not as many as I thought it was. There are definitely some important ones, and honestly, I don't know who the most important one is. Maybe Jordan Mailata, but we can't afford him anyways, at least yet. So I guess we'll try to bring Trey McBride back first. 5 years, 63 mil, and he doesn't take it. So that's all we can do here. I guess maybe we should have gone for Chidobe Awuzie because he is a little interested, but he's probably going to be cheaper after the season anyway, so he'll probably regress. So that's kind of unlucky. We're definitely going to have to work around the cap in this offseason. I should have expected that because a lot of the players we got for this team were already on contracts, but we might be able to work around it. We'll see. So let's get to the end of the season and we'll see how we finish, but after that we'll see if we can dig ourselves out of this hole. Okay, well, once again, here we are at the end of year number 3, and you know, before I reveal how we did, if you've made it all the way here, clearly you've enjoyed the video at least a little bit, so I would very much appreciate if you did drop a like and subscribe because, you know, gonna have some really fun videos coming up. But in terms of the roster, we've been getting really unlucky with the depth dev traits from the draft. So Billingsley only has star, Peoples only has star, Griggs only has star, and then on offense we didn't have any rookies starting, but Archer probably has star, I would guess. Yeah, he only has star, and Quincy only has star. So we haven't gotten one superstar better, or superstar or better dev trait yet. Superstar or X-Fact, which is just kinda unlucky. I don't know what to do about that. But oh well, we have a good team either way, and in year number 3, we once again finished 13-4 and easily made the playoffs. And this year, our defense looks like it was really good. Only 17.8 points per game allowed and 29.3 points per game scored on offense. We might have to use the Commanders' offensive playbook sometime because it's usually pretty good seeming. Same with the Rams' defense. We might have found 2 pretty good playbooks here, which is actually the Commanders makes sense for their offense. They have Eric Bieniemy. He's very good. And seeing how the Chiefs have been this year, it looks like he kind of was their offense in a sense. But the Rams' defense, that doesn't make a lot of sense. It's been one of the worst defenses in the league this year, other than the Seahawks game. But that was just ref ball. That was one of the worst officiated games I've seen in my entire life. Fucking Puka Nacua tripping over himself and getting a pass interference that led to a touchdown. They absolutely gifted the Rams that win. But anyways, back to the rebuild. Justin Herbert was very good. 3,700 yards, 37 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, and a 71% completion percentage. You know, we just don't pass a lot, but for what he's done, he's been very good. And Jonathan Taylor, 1,850 yards, 5.6 per carry, 20 touchdowns. Another monster year, obviously. Amari Cooper, 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. Not much receiving outside of him. He got most of the workload, but, you know, that's a good thing if your number one receiver is getting most of the workload, I guess, arguably. And Jordan Mailata was kinda ass, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe we don't need to bring him back. I mean, I probably still will if we can, but yeah, he was not very good. Jack Conklin was okay, AVT was okay, Dante Hendricks was good, and Corey Levin has been such a monster. I don't know why, but he's just been a stud. One of the best performing centers I've ever seen in this game, and he is a goddamn 69 overall. This game is so stupid. And then Kenny Griggs led the team with 117 tackles, 109 for Wagner, tackles for loss, 13 for Larry Peoples, 10 for Harrison Phillips, and sacks, only 7.5 from Zadarius Smith led the team, 5.5 for Harrison Phillips, and only 5.5 for Montez Sweat. Not great. 5 for Donovan Chambers, he was pretty good. 4 for Larry Peoples, he was pretty good, but no like dominant guy there at all. And then interceptions, 5 for Ward, 3 for Wagner, 2 for Billingsley, Holland, Awuzie, and Petrie, and then 1 a couple players. Definitely an interesting season. We had some players underperform. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? Alright, there's a weird blank spot at number 1. I guess we'll give MVP to Patrick Mahomes, because yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's up. Huh, interesting. Justin Herbert at number 5, or I guess number 4, because there's a weird, like I said, weird blank spot. I don't know what that is. Kind of surprised to not see Dak Prescott on here. He's normally pretty good in real life, pretty good and very good in this game, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't see him. Offensive Player of the Year does go to Jonathan Taylor. We will definitely take that. Amari Cooper at 7, Justin Herbert at 9. We'll take that. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald, as per usual. Lots of Rams up here, though. That's interesting. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Tim Rainey for the Packers. That's an interesting name. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Brandon Mayer, someone I was thinking about taking for the Eagles. What position was he? Was he a defensive tackle? That doesn't look like a defensive tackle face. I don't know, though. But Rashard Billingsley at number 4, Larry Peoples at 9, Griggs at 10. I'm surprised those guys were so far down. There must have just been a lot of defensive rookies. Oh, Mayer was a linebacker. That's right. He won it. He wasn't even that good of a player. He was probably like a 71, and he developed to a 75, I would guess. But he wins Defensive Rookie of the Year here, so he's gonna be good now. That's interesting. But with that, let's see who we're gonna be taking on in the divisional. It's gonna be the 11-6 Dallas Cowboys. We might as well just call it a season now. We have a playoff rivals scenario. Are we gonna play the entire NFC East this year instead of the NFC West last year? I guess we'll see. But we have some upgrades. Anyone important? Rashard Billingsley, that's pretty nice. We'll take that. But that's all for us to do, and let's see if we can take down the Cowboys. Oh god. Okay, we do. 28-25. I'm surprised, but fuck it. We ball. What can I say? We're better. I mean, we are by definition better. Our roster is better, but I'm just surprised. We have a few upgrades here. Donovan Chambers, Jalen Chaney. Unfortunate for Jalen Chaney. He's a good player, just, you know, he's kind of buried here. I mean, I wouldn't say a 76 27 is super good, but like he very well could be if he was getting full starting rep. But we have a recap for the playoff rivals, and God, we're just gonna play all the broken teams here. It probably would have been the Panthers in the wild card if we had a wild card game too. God, I hate that glitch. That's supposed to be Bobby Wagner. Is his stomach like transparent or something? Why does it look so shiny? Well, that was weird. What is this game, dude? There's no way a fucking multi-billion-dollar company made this game. There is no way. But yeah, we're gonna be taking on the Falcons, and it's gonna be a blizzard apparently, so that's even better. These screens take so goddamn long to load. But yeah, it's obviously gonna be like minus all movement ability for all players in the game, which, you know, it's fine. It balances out, but it's still, you know, I feel like it makes Madden simulation even weirder when we have games like that. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll see. And we have a hot opponent scenario. Shout out Bobby Schmurda, but we will go be confident. Obviously, plus 10 like everything for both teams. And let's see if we can somehow get a win. We've had a lot of scenarios for these games. It's taken a long time. Of course not. We lose to a worse overall team in the Atlanta Falcons because they're broken in this game. Fun. Bills were in the Super Bowl. I mean, I guess been seeing the Bills a lot lately in this game, actually, which is kind of realistic, but also, I don't know. And the Falcons kind of smoke them 35-21. Why are the Falcons so good in this game, dude? I don't understand it. I mean, if they could get a QB in real life, sure, but I don't know, man. I don't know if Arthur Smith is as good as I once thought he was. I still don't think all the blame should be on him. They just don't have a very good QB, but I don't know, maybe it should. But now, in the re-signing period, we are gonna have to make some moves here. We can restructure here, right? I feel like one time, like maybe early on or something, I tried to restructure here and it wouldn't let me. Not early on in this rebuild, but early on when this game came out. But I don't know, we'll try it. Okay, yeah, that adds a lot of cap space. We should be fine. We'll just restructure like everybody. All right, well, we freed up some money. We now have 75 mil to work with. We restructured like every single player, and I cut Jack Conklin. We'll try to re-sign him, obviously, because he's been good, but it saved us like 15 mil or something, so it's kind of a no-brainer. Kind of. I mean, he's been good. You know, we'll try to re-sign him. We definitely want Trey McBride back. He's been good. Do we definitely want him back, though? I mean, we don't really use a tight end too much, but he is good. We'll offer him 6 years, 90.6 mil. Very nice. And he does take it. Jordan Mailata was kind of bad, but he's been good every other year. So 3 years, 61 mil, and he takes it. Elijah Vera Tucker, again, kind of his worst year, but it wasn't that bad, and he's been good. But we're gonna have to overpay him. He's not interested. How good has he been? He's been pretty good. We'll think about it. How about that? We'll try to re-sign him in free agency, but I don't know. If he was interested, then definitely, but I don't know. And then for Chidobe Awuzie, 2 years, 28 mil, he resigns. And then everybody else, there is Bobby Wagner back here too, and Corey Levin. We'll re-sign them. Bobby Wagner, 1 year, 14 mil, and surprising, really good player in this game, Corey Levin, but also not surprising because this game's fucking weird. He resigns, and then that is everybody we are gonna bring back. So let's see what we can do in free agency. I don't think we're gonna have much money, but we'll try to do something. But in free agency, cutting Jack Conklin doesn't save us money. What the? Oh, am I stupid, or did they move like the expected value thing, like the per year in total? Because I was looking at Elijah Vera Tucker and I thought it was saying expected value 36 million per year, but no, that's the total contract. I see. But Jack Conklin is more expensive than I thought he would be. He's asking 15 per year, which is, you know, what we saved from cutting him. So I guess that'll just stay the same, assuming we can get him back. I don't know. But that's all we're going to be able to do here. Ooh, DeMarcus Lawrence is here. He's a monster in this game sometimes. But yeah, that's all we can do here. So let's see if Jack Conklin wants to come back, and he does. So, I mean, we're an 88 overall team now, and we're looking really good heading into the final season, and we still have the draft to go. I don't know what we're gonna do in the draft, because we're kind of good, but we'll see. I'll see if I can find, like, a really good-looking player or something. Maybe, like, some O-line depth or something, just in case one of them sucks. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But here in the draft, we pick at number 30, and guess we'll just have to see what we want to do. What if we don't draft at all. What if we just trade this pick away? Because, like, yeah, we might do that. We don't have any money, though. That's the problem. And what would we even trade for? Like, we don't really need a corner. Maybe a D lineman. Or, I mean, we have a decent D line, but it's not great. Let's see what we can do there. Okay, this is gonna seem kind of crazy, but we are trading Peoples, Jack Conklin, and Felix, and Udike Uzama, and a first-round pick for Jeffrey Simmons, a 3 and a 5. This isn't like, I mean, there are a lot of players in this trade, to be fair, but this isn't the most unrealistic trade ever. It kind of is a little bit. I don't know how to feel about this trade. It's just a confusing trade, but you know, I wanted a good D lineman, and we're getting a good D lineman. The players are pretty much just for cap purposes too. Like, somehow those 3 was enough to, you know, clear up enough cap space to get Jeffrey Simmons, so we'll take it. And now that gives us something to draft in tackle, because, you know, I traded Jack Conklin, so we'll see if there is a good tackle. Hopefully there is. But now this defense should be looking very nice. That does lower our overall, surprisingly, but, like, we should be able to get it back. But in the second round, let's see if there is a good looking tackle or just a player we can move to tackle. Ooh, another player that skipped the combine. Didn't skip his pro day, though. He's interesting, though. He doesn't look that good. I mean, he's a good pass blocker, but that's about it. We could just take a chance because he did skip the combine, and most of the time that means good things. AJ Stern looks pretty good. Matthew Short looks pretty good, but he's not that strong. I don't know. None of the guards are that crazy, and, like, tackles are almost never good later in the draft. Early on, sure, but later they get kind of bad. Let's take a chance on Manny Poe first. He looks pretty good. He's just not super strong, but his ratings are good. He's a really good pass blocker and not too bad of a run blocker. Let's take him. He does have hidden dev. He's kind of short to play tackle, and our scheme for tackle's agile, but he doesn't look bad at all. So we'll see, and I think we'll take like 1 or 2 more shots at a potential tackle. Okay, Dominic Rainey is still here. I mean, looking at those top 4 ratings, potentially A, awareness, impact block, pass block, and run block, you know, obviously all those won't be A's, but I guess there's technically a chance. So let's take him here. He is hidden dev too. Not very strong with only 83 strength, but he does look pretty good from what I can tell. And now let's go with more of like an agile type, which would be a scheme. I kind of like AJ Stern, even though his ratings don't look that good. I just like the strength. His ratings really don't look great though. I'm really looking at the awareness. I mean, it could be B awareness and he could be pretty good, but I don't know if it is. Yeah, let's just take him. AJ Stern out of Temple. I might just go crazy here and take like all linemen for no real reason. I mean, I'm sure one of these guys we've gotten is pretty good, but I don't know. I just feel like taking linemen apparently. So let's go with AJ Stern out of Temple. Normal dev. Okay. We're in number 69 though. 69 speed. We'll take it. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully he's not a 69 overall, but I will see y'all for the draft recap, and hopefully we got some decent linemen. Okay, this was certainly a draft. Both of these guards sucked. I moved Briscoe to tackle, but Stern went down like 2 overall at tackle. Briscoe only went down 1, so guess that's the better option there. But Manny Poe and Dominic Rainey are pretty good. Dominic Rainey, I guess, is going to be our starter at tackle because he's a year younger. I mean, that's the only reason, really. Yeah, that's really the only reason. The rest of this draft sucked, too. I simulated this. I might have taken Eli Lynn. I think I did, yeah. He's not very good, but I just wanted depth there anyways. That was a draft. That was something. I guess we didn't pick until almost the 3rd round, though, so it wasn't too bad. We got a few first-round talents, probably, and that running back the CPU took looked pretty good in AJ General, or Antoine Generals. Is there an actual player named AJ General? I don't know. Anyways, let's get into the 4th and probably final year of this rebuild. But here is a look at the team heading into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. We're looking very good at an 88 heading into the season. We'll see what we develop up to, but also Amari Cooper got X Factor. He regressed down to an 84. He got back up to an 85, but still he regressed, which is fun, which I guess makes sense. He is older, but after a year like that, it's whatever. Who cares? And you know, obviously our offensive line is looking a little different. It's not a very good overall, but it has been players that have played well. We'll see if that changes this year, probably. And then the defense is a 91 overall, so this better play like the best defense in the league. I know it won't, but you know, we added Jeffrey Simmons. We already had Denzel Ward, Javon Holland, Cam Curl, Zadarius Smith, Bobby Wagner, Montez Sweat, Chidobe Awuzie. This defense is ridiculous, but we'll see what happens. So let's just get straight to the end of year number 4, and hopefully we can do well, but I'm not sure. But in year number 4, we finished 12 12-5, and we easily make the playoffs once again. Now, we maybe should have been better at an 88 overall. We might even be an 89 now. Yeah, we are an 89 after the upgrades. We maybe should have been better, but it is what it is. Let's see where an 89 ranks in the league. It's probably the best team, but I don't know for sure. Okay, yeah, definitely looks like it is. 49ers are an 87 back there. There's us at an 89. The Chiefs are an 88, so they're close, but we are the best team in the league. So we probably should have been a little better than 12-5, but I won't complain because I've had much worse happen. But super quick, let's go over the season stats. I won't drag this on too long. Justin Herbert, 3,900 yards, 35 touchdowns, 4 picks, 69% completion percentage. Nice. He was very good. Jonathan Taylor, his worst year in a couple seasons, but still almost 1,600 yards, 5 yards per carry, 20 touchdowns. He was very good. Amari Cooper, 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns. Rashee Rice was pretty good too. Okay, Corey Levin finally fell off, allowing 8 sacks, which that's a lot, but I guess that kind of makes up for all of his other years of playing way too well. But Jordan Mailata was good, Dominic Rainey held up well, and Hendricks and Quincy were both very good, so we'll take that. And then Bobby Wagner led the team with 129 tackles for loss, 21 for Simmons, 15 for Sweat, and sacks, 10.5 for Montez Sweat, 8.5 for Jeffrey Simmons. He was good. Definitely a good addition there. 8 sacks for Zadarius Smith. Definitely a good amount of sacks there, and interceptions, 4 for Ward and Holland, and then 1 for quite a few players. A little underwhelming with some stats, but we were really good for the most part. And then Patrick Mahomes wins MVP. It's always either Mahomes or some weird blank spot up there, or Lamar Jackson, or Jalen Hurts sometimes, which is interesting. But Jonathan Taylor up there at number 10, which is crazy. Because honestly, this was his worst year in a while. I'm surprised he was up. I mean, he's still very good, like I said, but still. And he does win Offensive Player of the Year. Justin Herbert at 6. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. Montez Sweat at number 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Marco Knight on the Buccaneers. We have Antoine Generals at number 10. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Brandon Peck for the 49ers. No Commanders up there, unfortunately. But, of course, another dominant season from Jonathan Taylor. What are his career totals? He now has 10,000 yards, 5.2 yards per carry, which is insane, and 107 touchdowns. And he's only, what, like 27 here? Yeah, that's absurd. Still don't think he's going to reach the, like, almost 20,000 that Emmitt Smith has. I guess it's 18, but still that's close to 20,000. Just because running backs don't last super long now, but he might get close. We'll see. I mean, I guess we won't see, but I guess you could theorize that he probably would. But we have a one last hurrah scenario here. Who is this going to be for? Maybe Bobby Wagner? Probably Bobby Wagner. It could be like Amari Cooper, though, or something, if it wants to load. Okay, yeah, it is Bobby Wagner, but it doesn't matter because this is the last year, so that's, I mean, players don't even retire half the time when we have the one last hurrah scenario, but, you know, if he were theoretically to retire, it wouldn't matter because this is the last season. This is probably the last game here. No, the Bears are, they're normally bad in this game, so, I mean, they definitely could beat us, but I don't know. It's not like we're taking on the Falcons or something here, or the Panthers or the Cowboys or whatever. They do have a pretty good roster. I don't know. This isn't a great team, but they'll probably find a way to pull off the upset here. We'll see. So let's simulate this game against the, I almost said Giants, against the Bears, and we will see what happens. Of course, I just have to say, oh, we're probably not going to lose this game. There's no way. The Bears aren't that good in this game. God, I hate this game. We were 5 overall better and at home. That's great. I mean, upsets happen, as I always say. They shouldn't happen as much as they do in this game. But of course, we built a very good team, the best roster in the NFL, and that's all I can do. And we didn't even start this with a particularly great team. We added almost all of these players. I mean, kind of. We had Justin Herbert and Jonathan Taylor, which definitely helped, but we added Amari Cooper, Amari Barker, almost the entire offensive line except Levin and Mailata. And I guess we did start with a decent amount of this defense, but we added Awuzie, Billingsley, Chambers, Simmons, Smith, Griggs. Like, we definitely did some stuff to this team, and it is a very good one. So again, that is all, and I hope y'all enjoyed this one as much as I did. I definitely could do this again. Just let me know if you would want to see it down below, and let me know you would want to see it again by liking the video. 1,000 likes, and I'll just straight up do this again, or let me know if you want to see something similar to this down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already for more banger rebuilds, and with that, I'll see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.